bow tuning tips video is brought to you by Fob Nation, the most complete online archery forum on the internet. Hey, for another general tip that I think everybody ought to know is the proper way to install your peep sight in your string and how to get it lined up for your eye. A lot of people don't know how to do it, and they end up trying to look for their peep or stretch their head, and it makes them alter their anchor point, which affects their accuracy. And they're all, the main thing it affects is the comfortability of shooting a bow. It should be a comfortable thing. It should be one of those things you draw back and anchor. It should be just that natural, good feeling spot. And if the peep's not there and you're having to get your head all weird looking just to get into the peep, it can affect your accuracy. So I'm going to show you how to go through this real quick. It's easy to do. You don't need a whole lot of high-tech tools. The only thing that you're going to need to do is use a string spreader. Yep. And I usually use 2 of them. I don't know, I'm just different than everybody else. Now, when it comes to the basic types of peep sights, you've got so many. There's thousands of peep sights in the world. You got peep sights. I'm going to do, for argument's sake, pretty much a peep sight tied in is a peep sight. It doesn't make any difference how you do it. They're all tied in and they're all lined up the same. This one requires a piece of that rubber tubing. All right, what we're going to do here, we're going to start out by separating your string. And remember, this thing is probably like, I'd say less than $5. If you pay 10 for it, you're probably getting ripped off because it's a piece of metal that's tapered. These string spreaders, don't use a butter knife, don't use a screwdriver. These things are designed for it. This is one point that you always want to do is use a tool that's designed for the job, because if not, you're going to be watching my other tip on how to replace a string, and it costs a little more money than tying a peep sight in. Anyway, back to this. What you want to do is you want to stick it in. I'm going to stick it in kind of like this so you can see me open it up. You want to try to get it split directly in half as much as perfectly in half as you can get it, You don't want too many, that way your string's nice and, oh, looky there. And then you open it up. Perfect. Okay, once you get that done, you can see I don't have any strands. If you see those little spider web strands, take it back out, and because you've split an actual strand. You don't want to do that because that's going to tear up your string. This is a new string. Got your peep sight, one with a built-in aligner. You stick it in. You get it in the grooves, the string in the grooves. As you let it down, you can see the strings are going into the grooves, and voila, peep sight is installed in the string. All right, what you're going to do, take your tubing after you cut it. I pre-stretch it just so that it kind of goes ahead and relaxes a little bit. Take your finger, between your finger and your thumb, and you want to rub it. It'll heat it up. That way, it'll stretch right over this nipple on this sight real easy. Then you take it and you slide it on like so. And there you go. Because sometimes that can be a booger to get on there. You don't want to wet it. You don't want to put wax or anything on it because it'll probably slide back off. All right, then we're going to put it on this non-moving cable. We're going to do it just like you do the D-loop knot. I like to leave a little bit of extra here, and the reason is in case you ever have a breakage, and it's going to generally break down here at the end where it's attached to it. You have a little bit of extra up here. You can kind of move it around and get you some more length if you need it. All right, well, I got that done. Next thing is to align it. Before we draw this bow back and align this peep to my eye, what we're going to do is I'm going to tie a couple of knots real quick around here. Tie some half hitch knots, just something loose so that it'll slide up and down the string if I need it to move, but not something that's going to move so easy that the tubing tension pulls it up. Just 2 or 3 little knots is all I'm going to tie. Not anything permanent. We're going to take it back off once we get this lined up. Now we're going to get over here and line this booger up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this bow back, and I'm going to align it. I'm going to do it by myself because I don't have any help here. What you want to do is this knot that I tied in there before, like I told you, will keep this peep sight from sliding up with your tubing pulling it. Because sometimes if you draw it back without something to stop it, it'll pull way up, and then you can't get it lined up doing it that way. What I'm going to do is I tie the knot. I'm going to draw it back. What you got to do when you draw back your bow is you want to come to full draw, anchor with your eyes closed. And then when you open your eyes, you should be looking right through the peep sight. And we're going to get this lined up. Then we're going to line it up to my eye. I'm going to show you how to tie it in. And we're going to take it out and shoot it. This is how you do it. Alright, that peep sight needs to go up about 1/4 inch. Okay? That's not much. We're getting right on the ballpark. Pretty close right off the bat. Alright, I moved it up. And all you got to do is just slide it up. Slide your knot up. And slide your peep sight up to meet that knot. That knot's temporary. We're going to take it off in a minute. This time, draw the bow back. Close your eyes. Come to anchor. And when you open your eyes, you should be looking directly through there. I can see all 3 pins. And I line up the ring of the sight with the ring of the peep, which is another important tip. When you're looking through the circle of your peep, I like to take that circle that I can see there, that little hazy circle, and I like to line it with the outside edge of my sight. It kind of gives you another point of lining it up. It's a really cool tip, and it'll help you get more accurate doing it that way. If you can do it that way, it's just one more reference point rather than like me, I anchor with my knuckle, you know, underneath my jawbone. So we got that lined up. Now we're going to take it back over here without moving anything. We're going to tie in this peep. All right, we got the peep lined up to my eye, and I removed the temporary knot. The next step is going to be to tie the permanent knot in. And I'm going to take about a 12-inch piece of waxed string. It's actually bowstring material like most shops have. You can use dental floss if you want to. I prefer to use something a little more permanent. If it's an emergency situation and you have dental floss, hey, you got to use what you got to use. It does get the job done. What I like to do is start out by tying a series of what I call half-hitch knots, which is actually a super knot. All right, we're going to start out by tying this in. I'm going to remove the tubing to get it out of my way. Put it back on when I got this finished. That way I can get this knot tied without any trouble. You start out by tying a super knot. It is a series of half hitches. I tie about 10 to 12 in a sequence stacked on top of each other. It makes a really nice, neat looking knot. It's strong. It won't slide. I've never had one slip. Safety, I guess there's strength in numbers, and if you tie enough of these, you can probably hold just about anything together. I use it for a lot of different type knots. Like I say, you just keep stacking these up. It's a series of half hitches. Okay, now that I got all my knots tied, I'll tie one more half hitch. I'm going to finish it off with a square knot. Just tie an extra one right on top of that one. Snip that booger. Leave about 1/4 inch sticking out. You can take your lighter and melt it. Stick it right to itself. It's sealed up, it's carburized, it's ready to go. And do the same thing on the bottom. A close-up of exactly what this knot looks like. A series of half hitches is just a single half knot. It's not the complete square knot. You go on one side of the string, then on the other side of the string. You see how it's starting to pull the string together? That's what you want. The other half of the string, you just back and forth on each side of the string and stack these knots downward or up, go up on the top one, just back and forth. And there you have it. That's a close-up of a really nice super knot tied peep. You can serve it if you want to. I prefer to do the super knots. It's just a lot easier to do. Hope I helped you guys out. That's what I'm here for. If you have any questions, drop me an email by all means. I'm always glad to get them, and I like to help people out as much as I can, answer their questions. Right now, I got to run because it's lunchtime, and I got to keep this fat belly fed, you know. My belt loop, I always tell everybody, my belt loops on my pants, that's just a fence post for a chicken graveyard. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed the tip.